Okay, Velan, you got?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So I'll start. Those who missed can get the video. So what we'll see today is the internal factors. What we'll learn today is what are the internal factors that affects the rate of transpiration. What we are studying the chapter is transpiration. In last class we saw the external factors which affect the rate of transpiration, and to remind you all, the lesson was using these plots. We saw how the drying takes place when we keep it in hot or cold climate. When we expose it to sunlight, what happens to the rate of transpiration during wind, humidity, temperature, and sunlight. In today's class, we'll study about internal factors. Now, what is this internal factor? To learn internal factors, we have to know what is phylotaxy. Okay. Now, what is this phylotaxy? Phylotaxy is nothing but it is the arrangement of leaves on the stem. Okay. Now, why this arrangement is required? Just to show you, if you see this stem, the leaves are arranged in a whorl, a round whorl. Now, why this is required? Because each and every leaf should be in contact with the sun, so that they can make their food. Okay, so each and every leaf should come in contact with the sun. That's why there is something called as phylotaxy, which helps in arranging the leaves properly. Well, please add them, admit them. The one who are in this waiting list,
Yes, sir.
you will have to admit them. So this is phylotaxy, that is the arrangement of leaves. Now this is done so that photosynthesis can take place properly. Photosynthesis can take place properly. Now imagine, since the photosynthesis is taking place, at the same time this leaf is also in direct contact with the sunlight. So there will be also transpiration which takes place here. Okay. If you want something, you have to lose something. Here the plant, it wants photosynthesis, so it is losing more water on transpiration. So there are certain internal factors which will prevent this transpiration loss. Okay, there is phylotaxy, which is arrangement of leaves so that photosynthesis can take place. But what happens when photosynthesis is taking place, at the same time transpiration is also taking place? But imagine if there is less water, then the plant will require to reduce this transpiration. So that's why there are certain internal factors which are there, which we'll learn in this class. So first one is, so what we are doing now is the internal factors. The first internal factor is sunken stomata. Okay. Now what happens when the stomata is sunken? See, gases can enter in any direction from any way. Even if the stomata is sunken, the gases which are carbon dioxide required for photosynthesis can enter and oxygen can come out. But what happens? The light will not get exposed to the sun. Stomata. Sunken stomata means the stomata tries to hide from the sunlight. Okay? The stomata may be sunken or covered by hair. There will be hair on the leaf, and the stomata will go deep inside the leaf. So it will prevent its exposure to sunlight. And when there is no sunlight, when the stomata is not exposed to sunlight, that time there will be less transpiration. So the first one is sunken stomata. Second one is fever leaves. Now you know deciduous forest, deciduous plant, they all drop their leaves. Okay, that is to prevent the transpiration. So what the plant will do, it will drop few leaves and there will be fewer leaves. If there are few leaves, there will be less exposure to the sunlight and there will be less transpiration. But this mostly takes place in cactus and all. But there is one more example of cactus where the leaves is turned into spines. So the second point, to reduce transpiration by internal factor, this is done internally by the plant. That's why it is called internal factors. External factors like temperature, sunlight, wind velocity, humidity, it cannot be controlled by the plant. That's why this is called as internal. Sunken stomata is first. Second one is fewer leaves. So it reduces the number of leaves. Thus, it will reduce the surface area. Next one is narrow leaves. Okay. Narrow. The leaves become narrow. For example, to show you all, this is a broad leaf. Okay, it's a banana leaf, and these leaves are very narrow. Now, if you compare the rate of transpiration among these two, the leaf which is here is very narrow, and this is a broad leaf. That's why the rate of transpiration in this leaf will be more as compared to this leaf, because the leaf is very narrow. Okay. Now, in book they have given an example which they can ask exam. Example is given as Nerium. Okay. Example is Nerium. So the first one is sunken stomata. Second one is fewer leaves. Third one is narrow leaves. The fourth is they can reduce the surface, reduce exposure. Okay. The leaves can arrange them in such a way that they can reduce their exposure. The leaves can arrange in such a way that they can reduce the exposure. Now, how they can reduce is they can become wavy. Okay. Now, if you see this leaf, this is wavy. Now, what happens when it is leaf wavy? Some area is getting shadow. Now, if you put light on this from this direction, this will be covered. So, when the leaf is in wavy structure, it does not get completely exposed to sunlight. It will prevent certain area in the leaf to be exposed to sunlight. Similarly, this leaf also you can see it is having wavy structure. So wavy, it will prevent the exposure to sunlight. So I'll just write here. Now reduce exposure by changing the shape. One is wavy and second one they roll or they curl themselves. Second one, if you see these leaves, you see they will roll themselves. I am opening the roll. They will roll themselves or they will become curled. So this will reduce the rate of transpiration. Okay, the reduced exposure, the fourth point. The fifth one is loss of leaves. Okay, loss of leaves is again given here. Loss of leaves. Example, cactus. They lose their leaves and they turn into spines. They will lose their leaves and they will turn into spine. Now, if you see this cactus, this is the stem, and the thorn, the spines which are here are the leaves. So, if you see the stem is green in color, since there is no leaf, the stem is green in color and it contains chlorophyll. So, the stem is green in color, it contains chlorophyll to the process of photosynthesis. Actually, the process of photosynthesis is carried by the leaves, but in case of cactus, there are no leaves. They are given out, and it will conduct the process of photosynthesis, that is by the stem. The stem turns green because of chlorophyll. But you can write the example loss of leaves as cacti, and the fourth one, the last one is thick cuticle. Thick cuticle, you all must have Remember what is cuticle? Cuticle is nothing but the upper covering or the part which covers the thin layer, waxy layer which covers the leaf. Just write waxy layer. So cuticle is the waxy layer which covers the leaf. So in order to reduce transpiration, the leaf will be covered with thick cuticle. Got? So these are the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 internal factors which we have to know. For example, they ask only 2. Each one will come for half mark. They can ask any 2. Each one can come for half mark. So you can write Sankal's stomata, fewer number of leaves, narrow leaves, reduce exposure to light, loss of leaf, and thick cuticle. I even got one more leaf. This also can reduce the rate of transpiration. If you see, they have given out they have not lost the leaves, but they are removing they are getting rid of part of leaves. So this will reduce the exposure to the sunlight and it will make less transpiration. Got? So these were the 6 points on internal factors. Now we'll study about the uses of transpiration. Okay. I'll drop this. I'll finish the 3 parts and then I'll stop. So second one is uses of transpiration. Transpiration is nothing but it is the loss of water. So one easy use is when we sweat, when we run, when we get tired, we sweat. So what happens when we sweat? It cools our body. Okay, so the first use you can write as cooling effect. So the first use of transpiration is cooling effect. So when there is transpiration, when the temperature is very high, when there is lot of sunlight, the plant will transpire. So when the plant transpires, they will lose water and it will cool the plant. Okay? Because there is a particular temperature required for photosynthesis to take place. Photosynthesis cannot take place above 40 degree or some other, there is particular temperature. Now in order to prevent that so that photosynthesis can take place, the plant will lose water and make the plant cool. So photosynthesis can take place. I'll just show one more. This was just a small experiment which I had kept to see that water is absorbed during absorption and losing of water. So this was the initial marking and this is the final marking. So all the water which is there is absorbed. Some part is used for transpiration and the rest is given out by transpiration. So when there is transpiration, the leaf surface will be cooled. So it helps in cooling effect. The second one is suction force. Okay. Now to explain, I will use this test tube again. Now what is this suction force? Suction force is nothing but like you can say when you drink a soft drink, you put the straw in the bottle and then start taking in the soft drink. Similarly, this plant, the xylem which is there, in this xylems are there which conduct water. It is like a pipe. So when this goes inside, the water, when it comes in contact with water, whatever water is lost by the leaves because of transpiration will create a suction force. Okay, the water lost by transpiration will create a suction force here and it will keep on absorbing more water. So it helps in suction force. Means there is continuous absorption of water in the plant. Water is lost out, more water is coming in. If there was no transpiration, it would have stopped absorbing water. Whatever water lost out, the water enters here. It is like a pipe which keeps on going. Got? That is called as suction force. Okay, transpiration helps in ascent of sap. Okay, now what is this ascent of sap? Ascent of sap is the connection of water molecules and pulling in of water molecules or the movement of water molecules through the stem. Okay, ascent of by producing a suction force acting from the top of the plant. From the top of the plant, whatever water is lost, there will be suction force at the bottom, and this will help in absorption of water. So they may ask for give reason. Transpiration indirectly helps in absorption. So they may ask for give reason. Transpiration indirectly helps in absorption. You can write about suction force and explain one point. Since the water is lost out through the leaves, it creates a suction force and helps in absorption of more water. Got the 2 points? Now I'll go to the third. Third one is maintaining the concentration. Okay, there's one more. Helps in distribution of minerals. Okay, indirectly helps in distribution of minerals. When the water is lost, more water is taken in. Okay, when the water is lost by transpiration, there will be more water taken in. When more water is taken in, what will happen? Along with the water, whatever minerals are there, that is also absorbed. Now, plant has to continuously absorb water, not because they require water, but they also require minerals. Now, in order to continuously absorb the water, there should be some loss of water, which is done with the help of transpiration. When there is transpiration, there is loss of water. Then the plant will absorb more water. They will give out the water, excess water by transpiration. But when it is absorbing more water, along with water, what enters in the plant is the minerals. So plant directly helps in absorbing more minerals. Okay. So these are the 3 points which you have to know. Now transpiration, it helps in cooling effect. It cools the plant. When the plant is cool, it has a particular optimum temperature for photosynthesis. Second one is the suction force. Since the water is lost out, there is a force created which helps in absorbing of water. Third one is distribution of minerals. Whenever water is lost, the plant will absorb more water, but while absorbing the water, it will also absorb the minerals. So these are the 3 points which you have to know. Okay, these are the 3 uses of transpiration: cooling effect, suction force, and distribution of minerals. The last one we will see today is the guttation. Now, what is this? Guttation. Guttation is similar to transpiration. It is losing of water. Now you have to remember, transpiration, the loss of water is in the vapor form. Okay, the loss of water is in the vapor form in case of transpiration. In case of transpiration, remember not to forget, don't forget to mention this word, loss of water in vapor form from the leaves or the aerial part. That will give you full marks. Half mark is for vapor form and half mark is for the aerial part or the green leaf. Transpiration definition, if it comes for 1 mark. They will see 2 points. One is the vapor form. The loss of water is in the form of vapor, and the other is the whether it is from the aerial part. Whether you have mentioned aerial part. Just you cannot write transpiration is loss of water in vapor form. You have to write transpiration is the loss of water in vapor form. This will give you first half marks through the aerial part, and that will give you the second half mark. Got? Okay. Now we are studying is what we are studying is about guttation. Okay. Now guttation is similar to transpiration. Only guttation is the loss of water in the form of water droplets. Now listen here. I said for vapor form there is half mark. Similarly, through the aerial parts there is another half mark. Now for guttation also, if it comes for definition, you have to mention these points: loss of water. Okay, it is also loss of water. You also know transpiration is loss of water. They will not give any marks for this loss of water, but you just mention because it adds to your answer. So loss of water in water droplets form. Okay, in droplets form. Now this is loss of water in droplets form. Now from where it loses, there is special structure called as hydrators. Okay, this is special structure. There is special opening in the margin of the leaf, which is called as hydrators. For gradation, if they ask, it is loss of water in water vapor form, water droplets. This first half mark, and it is through the hydrators. And they can even ask for example. The common example is banana. Okay, the common example is banana. That's why I bought this banana leaf. So if you see this, and this gradation, you have to remember it occurs early in the morning. Okay, if you have a banana plant, early in the morning, if you see the margin of the leaf, there will be water. That water is not lost through transpiration, but it is through the gradation process. Okay, the other example of this is banana, and common you can use strawberry. Easy to remember. Okay, so this is about gradation. Now gradation is the loss of water through the in water droplets form through the hydrators. Example is banana and strawberry. They have lot of water, that's why they lose it through gradation. Okay, one more thing I have to teach. The last point, and we'll stop this lesson. The last one is bleeding. Yeah, I'll just add on here. Okay, this bleeding is similar to what we see in human beings. If we cut a part of a body, if I cut his finger, I'll start bleeding. So similarly, if you cut a plant, if you cut this plant here, okay, what you can see is water coming out. I hope you can see this water droplet. Okay, the water droplet which is coming out, okay, is called bleeding. Okay, this is what is bleeding. If you cut a portion, okay, this happens due to injury. If there is any injury to the plant, or if the plant, there is from the ruptured portion or the cut surface of the plant. But, so bleeding, this happens only due to injury. The plant sap, now this, if you see, I can see it properly, my video camera is not that high, but still you can see the sap which comes out is called bleeding when I cut or when the plant is injured. So this is bleeding. Just write here, then you stop the class. It's coming out of cell sap due to injury. Due to injury from the cut portion. Whenever there is cut, there will be bleeding. Okay, so to sum up, finally I'll sum up. We saw internal factors. We saw the 6 internal factors which were there. Then we saw 3 uses of transpiration: cooling effect, suction force, and help in distribution of minerals. Then we saw what is gradation. Gradation is loss of water in droplet form through the hydrators. The common example is banana and strawberry. Through the margins, there are special structures, special openings. Now they can ask what are hydrators. These hydrators are special opening in the margin of the leaf. Got? And the last one is bleeding. When you cut, you get sap coming out. Again, I'll just see whether it's come. Okay. See this. This is called bleeding. So I'll stop the class. See you all for the next class. Velan, you can end the meeting.